Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you again for joining me. For our new subscribers, welcome. You'll be getting loads of information here. And for our old subscribers, thank you for always, liking, reacting, asking questions, and even sending me a DM, just thanking me about the videos we create. Today we'll be going through a very, very important topic that is very, very important, is how to scale a business in Nigeria. How to scale a business in Nigeria. And somebody will ask me, why do you want to talk to me about how to scale a business in Nigeria? Have you built a business for yourself, right? A small business for that. Have you built a business for yourself? And yes, I have. I started running a small business in Nigeria from when I was in university. That was between 2011 2012. And I want to tell you, that business still runs till today. You know that small businesses in Nigeria, if you run it for between 2, 3, 4 to 4, 5 years, it probably will fail, because the first 5 years of every business, is always a big struggle. But I'm going to be showing you things where I did to be able to retain that business. Not only retain that business, even bring that business here to the US with me, and it still runs in Nigeria. And now we've changed the whole model of the business, and it still runs today in Nigeria. See, let me tell you the truth. Not all of us will probably build the Elon Musk, the Dangote kind of business, but some of us will have small businesses, will have great businesses that will probably run for the entirety of our life and we'll be passing on to our children, right? So those are what are called family business. If you come to the US, you will see businesses that have been here for like over 100 years, or 120 years, 150 years, that have been passed from great grandfathers to grandfathers to fathers to their children. And it can be as simple as a dry cleaning business. It can be as simple as whatever kind of business, right? Even restaurants, right? And they keep passing it on to their children, right? So, but the key information is that how are you able to build such business? Even that your small business, even if you just your dropshipping business or something, how are you able to build it and continue to scale it till you're able to build a proper business that can even run without you being there, right? So in this video, that's what I'll be showing you, and I want you to listen. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so for every business or every small business, a startup or whatever you're building, one thing you have to do is to ensure that you are able to be adaptable, like the adaptability, and build resilience and consistency, and one very key thing is build integrity. Let me tell you, after running a business, the business I run a tech business, and business I run for like more than, I think 5 to 6 years from school. When I was in school, I got my first check. The first check I got, right, was back in, I think, 2019. When I started running business in 2011. The first check, like official check, writing check to me and gave it to me was in 2019. Yes, I think between 2019. And that check came from a government parastatal, one of the national insurance company. They gave me a contract to supply them some tech devices, and they wanted to use it as gift. And one thing I did well in that business, one thing I did well in that contract is that I always ensure excellence. Anytime I want to do anything, I ensure that I put a touch of excellence in everything I want to do. So I did the job excellently well. So when I finished the job, right, what they did was to refer another client to me that same December. And I got two out of my first check. I got the second check in a space of just 3 months, right? So those three things, you have to be adaptable, resilient, and have high integrity. But I have 5 things I want to discuss with you. I think 4 or 5 things that why and how to scale a business, how to scale a business, how to scale it, how to scale it from just, you just run it on WhatsApp to actually having a storefront, to actually having, inventory, to actually having employees, to actually having it running like that day to day, having partners, right? Both corporate partners, individual partners, and, also probably taking the business offshore away from Nigeria, which I've been able to do, taking it away to probably other countries like maybe African countries and also probably to Western countries. So I'll be telling you 5 things that I did, right? 5 things that you need to do and I have been doing and also I've been trying to get better at to build a sustainable business. Number 1, let's get to number 1 is master financial discipline. That's number 1. Master financial discipline. Like, financial discipline is key, and I wrote them down here. Effective financial management is key to you growing your business. See, I can't emphasize this enough. And let me put it in clear terms. Now, one of the mistake we do as small business is that we don't separate we ourselves away from a business. There's an entity in accounting called the business entity concept. It's the business entity concept. And what the business entity concept states is that a business is going to be treated differently from the person, the owner of the business, right? If I could remember, that's what it states. So you have to treat yourself away from the business. That is, you don't mix your finances and your personal finance and your business finance together. Like, you don't make money today and say, this money I'm going to, no. And the best way to do that is you have to have a separate account, open a business account, open a simple Excel sheet where you just have, income, expense sheet, and where you are able to track. You can even have a sales sheet. And if you are probably a one-man business, you're a sole proprietor, you can have that and have yourself run that by yourself. If you have probably an employee, they can help you manage the sales and the expense, and you can manage the income. If you don't want them to know the kind of income you make, right? So you can manage the income yourself. So when the money comes in, you are able to track. Now, one easy thing I did for myself when I was still growing, and it was very difficult because I ran a store, and sometimes I don't even have time to enter Excel sheet. I had a diary where I put it in my bag when I'm going to the office. Then I put it in my bag, and every sale I make, every income I make, they are always recorded. Always recorded, right? Always recorded. Like, you can't see me make any transaction, make any sale, make any expense without having it recorded, right? Every sale I recorded. I put a date in the diary, and every sale I make. If there are no sales for that day, I write no sales, right? If there are expense for that day, I write expense. So one thing you have to do is to master financial discipline. You have to master financial discipline. Financial discipline is key, because if you don't build financial discipline, you probably won't be able to build or scale that business, because you will just be dipping your hands into that business every time, right? Now, that's number 1. So number 2 is expand strategically, not impulsively. This is very key, and most people want to show that they are growing. They are making more money. They are, growing so rapidly. They want to show everybody that, I'm growing, we need more branches here. Guys, you don't need to open more branches if there are no need. See, I have practical example. I used to be a banker, right? And I used to manage a lot of customers that are small business owners. I do that a lot, right? I used to manage them. And there's this guy that I used to know in Computer Village that was doing well. He had a very small store, but he was doing transactions of 500 million. Now, that pushed him to creating a new store. It was he wanted to create a new store, and he went to create a new store, right? He created that new store, and guess what? That new store flopped. Not because it was not selling, but because people actually didn't need to come and find a new store. they actually just needed him. They needed to come and go. So they don't mind coming to that small shop, small space, right? And buying straight from there, right? So people will just come there and come and stay in that small space, and they will be crowded there, right? And what that builds is that when people come into your store as a small business owner and they see crowd, like they see crowd staying there, right? They see people, if you have a physical store, they see people staying there, right? That builds that kind of mindset that, this guy is really selling, this guy is, is legit, this guy is, people really like what he's doing, people like, they would, that already sends some kind of, that guy can be trusted, because for so many people to be going there, that means his business is great, right? So now that store, he had to tell me that he had to close it down. Now he turned that new store into like a mini warehouse for him and closed it down. It was not anymore a storefront, and he retained the small till today. If I tell you the guy, if you entered through our imaging in Computer Village, right, till today, that guy is still there. He's still in that small store, and he has retained it up until today. The store it still that small, very tiny place, but it does volume, right? It does volume. So one thing I'm trying to tell you is that you need to expand strategically. Don't do it impulsively. Don't jump on the bandwagon of, you want to open new places, you want to open new store, the only reason why you should open new store or new places if the needs be. For example, you are spending much more logistics in moving items from point A to point B, and you're having orders from that place. For example, maybe you live in Ikeja in Nigeria, or you operate in Ikeja in Nigeria, and people are on the island. You're having over 50, 100, 200 customers coming from the island to see you every month. That means, what's your cost? You see, okay, what's the cost benefit, and what do I stand to gain? Am I gaining traction enough on the island? Then you can go and open a store probably somewhere on the island, so that people from the island can probably patronize you more. And if your budget and your cost can carry it conveniently. So be very strategic about what you are doing. Don't expand impulsively, expand strategically. Also, still on number 2, diversify your revenue stream. Honestly, despite the fact that you have a small business, don't rely on just one revenue stream for your business, right? If you are selling, probably there's a product that is selling so well, right? You can probably start, bringing a new product that probably will complement that product, and you start upselling, right? You start, creating upselling and cross-selling, so that, one product is not the one driving your revenue, or one kind of market is not the one driving your revenue. Like several markets should be the one, like several products should be the one driving your revenue. If you see that a product is not doing well, right, you can merge it with a product that is doing well, and that way you can probably drive sale for that product. And when people see value for that product, then that product probably can stand on its own. Do you understand? So diversify your revenue stream. And finally, on this number 2 is that focus on your core strengths. What are your core strengths? Like, identify your strength, identify what makes you unique, identify what customers love you for, identify why they are coming to your site, identify why you are growing, identify why those traction are coming in. You need to identify it. Now, when you identify the reason why those customers are coming in, right, you focus on that core strength and expand on it. See, if something is working for you, right, that time is not the time to change it, right? If something is working for you, it's not the time to change it. What you need to do when it's working for you is to amplify what is working for you. Do you understand? For me, particularly, right, I still retain a small store today, right? And naturally, I've been doing well with retail customers for a long time. But when I traveled out of Nigeria and I increased our volume, we used to do just probably 30 devices, 20 devices, before. And when I moved out of Nigeria, I was able to, change our business model and improve what we were working on. And I see that we started, we started now growing, and we now have more devices. So I was like, okay, I can't retain the kind of business model where I just focus on just retail customers, right? And I tried wholesale. Wholesale was not working, and I intensified on wholesale. As I continued to intensify on wholesale, right, wholesale business, then, the traction started growing, right? Because one thing I reduced was customer complaint, cause what retail customers can do, they will just be knocking on your door. But the wholesale business, was working, and I now quickly intensified on it, right? So you have to find out what works for you. You have to find out what is your core strength, what is your core marketing strategy, whatever works for you, then intensify on it. And as you continue to grow on that, even if it's probably you have an online store, if that online store has been what is working for you, don't say, okay, because online store is working for you and I've now grown. Now it's now time to go and open a physical store. You now open a physical store, you now leave your online store unattended to, because you now have some customers walking into the door, they are now patronizing you, and now forgetting what brought you to that place. Don't make that mistake, because you might end up regretting it. So focus on your core strengths and improve on your core strengths. Your core strength will take you to that promised land. Yeah, point 3 is very important, and that is leverage technology and automate most process. Oh wow, this is very important. You need to leverage technology, right? Don't be the archaic kind of person that is very bureaucratic and is just retaining you are just retaining your old style of business, right? You have to leverage technology. And when I say leverage technology is not just you focusing on, using WhatsApp or Instagram to run ads and, no, right? You have to leverage technology and automate every process you have, all right? Automate how customers are responded to on WhatsApp or on your social media. If you run ads, that is, there are robots, there are apps that help you respond to a customer, right? There are AI apps that help you respond to a customer, and and you won't even be there. They will take the order, process the order, even take payment. You just getting into your dashboard and see how many people have paid, and all you just need to dispatch the order, right? Right. So even your logistics, right? Leverage technology, work with the logistics company that from your dashboard, they have their own API or their own connection to their dashboard, and they are able to help you process amount of orders and locations they are going in a day or in a week, right? And they're able to help you plug into it and help you make the process a lot simpler. Because what that would do when you leverage technology is that you have reduced like 20, 30, 40, 50% of the work you're supposed to do. And one thing you also do, the technology will help you do, is that it will help you increase customer retention and customer satisfaction. So that's what technology will help you do. So you have to leverage technology. Use Spotify, to build your business. I said Spotify on Shopify, right? Shopify, where you have an e-commerce platform or whatever platform you are probably comfortable with. If it's Wix or whatever, just build a system that it's much more easier for you, to attend to customer needs. Because it's true, customers are king, and only technology will help you treat them a lot better, and would help you make the process a lot seamless, right? There are WhatsApp AI bots that also will help you, treat business and help you, improve your business. So find those technology and leverage technology to improve your business. Leverage technology to improve even all the expense, the budget tracking, the ink sales and everything. If you leverage technology, you won't even probably need to disturb yourself, honestly, because a single punch on QuickBook or Wave, I think I used to use Wave Receipt then or something, they will help you process all your expense, your invoice, your everything. So at the end of the month, you are able to know, this is what I've done, this is what I have done, this is what I have done. So leverage technology, and it will improve your business No, it will 10x your business. It will 10x, 20x, 30x your business. Yeah, and that was number 3. I was still talking about how to scale your business in Nigeria, how to scale your business in Nigeria, or probably anywhere in the world. How to scale your business in Nigeria, or probably anywhere in the world. And the reason why I can say this is that I have, been building a small business for the past 12 to 13 years, and I have a bit of experience in how small businesses work, right? So we've just spoken about number 3, and now let's go into number 4. This is like, I tell people that this is one of the most important. You need a solid team, honestly. And when I say team, a team can be you and one other person. It can be 2 people. Immediately you are 2, you need a solid team, right? If you bring someone who is solid on your business, it will help you retain that business. If you bring somebody who has lack of integrity, has skills issue or whatever, they will kill that business. And you would think they will kill that business. They will not treat your customer right. They will kill that business. Now, something I have been able to, God has blessed me with, and also is that I have solid people, right, on my team. I have solid people I have been able to work with. Now, has that been easy? No, honestly. If you meet some people that have worked with me, they'll be like, that guy is shitty, is this, is that. Yes, people will say that about you because, and honestly, people will help you run your business into the ground. They will help you run your business into the ground because they would frustrate you, honestly. People will frustrate you. They would frustrate you. But if you have the right people, ask those right people, right? They will enjoy you because honestly, because they will do a good job, right? I have people who are on my team who has been with me for like 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. I have people who we work together. They're my team members, right? That have been with me even since when I was probably starting off, in school, and they are still here with me today, right? So, and if you ask them how is it working, with Toby on this project, they will give you your honest opinion, right? Like the reason why I've stayed is because I enjoy it or whatever they have to say. But if you bring the wrong person on your team, honestly, they will frustrate you, and they also will be frustrated. Because one thing I don't take is mediocrity, and I don't take people who, just see your work as, I'm just here to come and just do, if I'm not satisfied, I'll just get out of the door. They will treat your business, in a very, very annoying way. And the kind of business I run, I have the business part of it and I have the impact part, right? So those 2 areas are very important to me because I didn't start the business because I want to actually make money. I started business because I wanted to actually make impact, right? But I saw like, okay, to make impact, I have to make money, right? So that's why the 2 business runs that way. So the business, I'm so passionate about it. I'm so, interested. I'm so into it. So when I find somebody who is not doing well on my project, I will try and improve them with a lot of effort, pushing and everything. But sometimes some people get it wrong. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to find a solid team, because if you find a solid team, it's going to just help you. It's going to help the business. It's going to help the business long run. And the reason why I just shared some of the things I shared is that finding a solid team is not like you just wake up one morning and find people that are great. No, you have to jump through hoops. You have to, for example, you probably even employ 20, 30 people before you find one good person. Honestly, you have to employ 20 to 30 people before you find one good person, right? So you have to be very, very careful. You have to, have a strong heart, right? If somebody is not doing well on your team, lay them off. Sack them. Pursue them away. Sack them, honestly. Because they will kill your business. They will all your savings will go away out of the window. Will go away, and you will be paying them salary. They will be earning salary every month. Pursue them, right? There's a project of mine that I just downsized. We're like 10 on the team, and we downsized people because they were not delivering. Honestly, they were not delivering, but they were getting paid. The minimum people getting paid on that project was like 250,000, right? And they were getting paid, and they were not delivering, right? So we were like, let's lay these people off, honestly. And we laid like half of the team off because, we're just spending money. So You as the founder, you as the owner of the business, you would spend money. You will spend money, you will be wasting money like this, and there will be no result. So the only way to get result is to find the right people. And you finding the right people, right, would take you to lay more than probably like 80% of people you've signed on and they're not doing well. You lay them off. You have to have the boldness. You know, I have a co-founder in one of my projects who doesn't have the boldness to lay people off, right? He doesn't have to lay people off. Now, when I saw that was his style, I just, you know, I was like, okay, I don't want to be the like, you know, go person and lay people off. So I would just sit down. I'm like, I'm happy to, you know, waste some money for 3 months to 6 months to let him, you know, let's see if people will improve, because I also like to improve people. Now, one day he came to meet me, was like, Tito B, please, let's lay these people off. I'm like, you see now? Are you ready? Right? I'm like, okay, go ahead, take your decision, lay them off, because they're not doing well, right? And he did lay them off, right? So, honestly, as a business owner, you will pay for it, right? And when I mean you pay for it, even if you have a small business, even if they are just selling wig or whatever, you will pay dearly for a wrong team member. A wrong teammate, you will pay dearly for it, right? So you need to build a solid team. And how do you find a solid team, right? How do you find a solid team? You have to first, you know, interview them and be sure that these people have right fit. Now, some people are very good at pretending. They love your business, they love your job, they love whatever they want to do, but they just want to meet their expense. Now they come on board and they come and mess up everything, right? So you start finding out like in 1, 2, 3 months, they are not really doing well, right? But they are willing to improve. You can still keep them on. But if you see that they're not willing to improve, don't bother about, you've given them orientation, you've even brought them in, they're just trying to pick up steam. If you see that their culture, they are not imbibing the culture you have created, lay them off. Lay them off, honestly. Lay them off. Let them go, honestly, so that you will save your business. Because I've had businesses of friends that have died because of the kind of people they brought on their team. Even people that are abroad, people who will live in the US, UK and everything, that have businesses in Nigeria, they'll be like, I can't run business in Nigeria because, you know, and I'm like, the reason why you can't run business in Nigeria is because you've not found a trustworthy person to help you run it. Now, will people eat from you? They will chop your money. You just have to be like, you have to know that they will chop, but bring somebody that you know that they won't steal from you a lot. You won't feel it. Just make your own money and be sure that you are breaking even, right? But for you to find people that are actually trustworthy, you have to go through hoops. You have to go through a lot of people. And if you're able to find one, just retain that person and treat them well. If you treat them well, I'm telling you, they will retain. That's why I have people who have been here 3, 4, 5, 6 years, right? With me. Because what? If I find the fact that if I know that you are well, you are a solid person, you are awesome, you are great, I will do everything to keep you. I will do everything to satisfy you. I will do, I do things like beyond just as a small business owner, I pay hospital bills, ensure that, you get like Christmas gifts, even give out of my stock. I can even say take 2, go and sell as your own, right? Make money. And that too, you will sell might probably be like 10 times of your salary, right? But just to ensure that they are satisfied, because getting a good person on the team is not easy. I spend more time on this because it is the one that even covers all the rest, because it's very important. Because if this one is not working well, you can't run a business honestly, because you can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. Technology can help you to a certain extent, but you need people also. So that's number 4. And finally, number 5 is you need to cultivate a very good network and build trust. You need to cultivate a very good network and build trust. Hey. Now, this is very important. I'll tell you why it's very important to cultivate a very good network. See, guys, I will pay whatsoever amount, right? Whatsoever money to network, right? Networking is like, you can't scale a business without networking. You can't, honestly. You can't scale. See, you want that business to go from, 5 million to 10 million to 20 million. You can't scale it without having the right people to talk to. The only way you will scale a business is if you have the right people to talk to, right? You meet the right people. So you need to cultivate a very strong network. You need to go to networking events. You need to, run ads. Running ads part of networking, because you are getting your ads in front of people, right? People will reach out to you, and networking, right? My first routine check, my first contract, corporate job was by networking, right? By networking, honestly, by networking. And how did I network? This specific person, found me through one of I don't know what platform, and she reached out to me. And when she reached out to me, I started, engaging her. We started chatting, and she's like a director there, and I kept that relationship there. When they would need someone, she just picked up the phone and called me and said, "Hello, Tito B, we need this. Do you want to come and help us do it?" I'm like, at that time, I have never done any contract before, zero, and I delivered that contract. Exceptionally, and 3 months after, they gave me another contract, to supply, right? So I tell you, right? So you need to cultivate the amount of where I treat network is that there was a GMD of a real estate company that used to buy devices or buy something from our hands then, right? And anything she needs, she used to call us. So at the beginning of the relationship, how did I treat her woman? Anytime she ordered something, I don't send dispatch riders or whatever to go and deliver it. I'll pack it, tell my employees that I'm coming, I will go there myself, drive to her office, deliver it to her, have a chat with her, then, return back. And what has that done for me is that it has helped me build trust, it helped me build integrity, helped me build network. While going, she would introduce me to other friends, other colleagues, and I was able to sell and grow, make money off that relationship so well. Even up until now, she still calls me in the morning. I was like, "Tito B, my cousin is this, Tito B," despite the fact that she knows that I'm not even in the country, but she still has that trust because she believes that that I'm trustworthy. I've dealt with her a couple of times, and she has always seen that she can trust me, right? And I'm able to build that network. So what you need to do to scale your business is you need to build that network. So these are 5 solid areas. Not exhaustive. We still have more, but these 5 areas will definitely put you on a path to scale your business. And all you need to do is to activate these 5 solid areas, write them down on a plain sheet, and say, I'm going to probably start doing this. I'm going to start activating this. I'm going to build a strong team. I'm going to budget. I'm going to leverage technology. I'm going to do all these 5 things just to ensure that I'm able to scale my small business. Thank you for staying with me to the end of this video, right? One benefit for staying with me at the end of the video is that I always want to offer something great, right? Now, I'm giving you a free opportunity to reach out to me. If you watch this video to the end, and that's really why you're saying this, please just comment interested or reach out to me on YouTube, on Instagram, and say, okay, write me a very small note of what this video has done for you and what help you need in your small business. If you are probably trying to start a small business, you don't have an idea, or you don't have funding or whatever, just write me a small message on Instagram and I will take the chat of that, right? Find me on Instagram with the same handle, TEETOBEE, right? And I'll be able to help you with whatsoever thing you need. Thank you guys for staying with me up until the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and send these videos to your friend. Honestly, send the videos to your friend and let them also benefit. I'll catch you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.